What's going on, guys? Tweaking Timber Outdoors, and I've got a cool video for you today. It's basically like a little day in the life here in the wintertime for the TNT gent right here. Basically, I'll let the video speak for itself, and I'll come in and talk about the products I use in it. Okay? Well, here it goes. What's going on, guys? Day after Christmas, day in the life type of video. We're off on our coffee run right now, so I decided not to go fishing the earliest in the morning because, well, the water temperature is still super cold, and that means that the bite won't really kick in until like 9, 10 o'clock maybe, and especially when I'm shooting for browns today, you know, some small stream stuff. Probably closer to 10 o'clock is when the bite will really kick on, so that's why I'm taking my time and getting some breakfast for the fam. Degrees out, and so that means we're probably going to do a short stint today for, you know, my personal browns that I have, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really going to hopefully catch a few fish. So,
interesting, a honey ham breakfast sandwich this morning.
I actually think so, please. Can I please do a honey ham sandwich meal, like an real-time coffee chat? Tim Hortons, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. Am I missing another? I don't know. Mom and pop shops. Tim Hortons versus Dunkin' Donuts. I believe Tim Hortons has better coffee. However, I do really appreciate that Dunkin' Donuts offers more flavor selection and variety, as well as they offer almond milk and some other non-dairy stuff for some of my family who cannot process dairy. But, real talk also, Starbucks offers those same flavors. However, I do believe, it's not a pyramid scheme or Illuminati level stuff, but Starbucks CEO or founder did say that he created his coffee with a burnt flavor so that people become accustomed to that, and then that is their standard for coffee. And just not my cup of tea, man. I will say that also, if you have a Wegmans around you, their Buzz Cafe, some of the best coffee around. So, I'll bop between those places, but today was a Timmy Hose day, a Tim Hortons day, and I gotta love it. It's a little chilly. It's 11 below Celsius. That's 11 degrees. It's actually 12 below Celsius, so that's like 11 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm trying out a bunch of new gear today. Okay, so the first product we're testing are these glasses I'm wearing. They're by 9 Optics. They're a different shade, a different actual tint. Second product is this WETFLY Element 2 nymphing rod, and we've got some other stuff we're going to test out, but I'm going to be throwing all fly crate flies from this month. Now, it's 11 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like negative 12 degrees Celsius. And so to get some fish would be quite a feat today. So I kind of wanted to start off today with a really kind of fun trip to my local stream, and I wanted to test out some of the the fly crate. Nate does a really cool job with getting together some flies for my local area, and so you can customize them and do that kind of fun. You can customize them and get them all set for your local streams, and I figured I'd throw his midge pattern to the test here on a negative frigid day. So the nymph rod I like. It's very sensitive, but it's stiff, so I can set the hook nicely. I'm also demoing the Fly Crates flies, and for this month they gave me a bunch of midges and some stoneflies, and that last fish was on the stonefly, so definitely catching fish. So let's move to the next pool. I'll show you what else I have. know it's hard to see, but made it back to the car. I want to show you some stuff I was using. I have my Epic Creek wooden fly box and tippet dispenser in one with some nymphs, and all contributed by the fly crate. Despite it being so cold, I still got into 2 fish. Only camera and netted one of them, and also too cold to show you everything, so I apologize for that. Oh, it is currently about 9 degrees Fahrenheit. I apologize, but I don't know what that is in Celsius, but stoneflies and midges did it for me today. On my WETFLY Element 10-foot 3-weight WETFLY, and just a cheap generic reel tonight. My Allen waders are pretty warm. My brand new Max Catch net froze completely, and so it actually, after a while, didn't even do me any good. I had to hand land fish in the cold water, but I'm gonna chat with you guys later. I'm getting my stuff cleaned up. I'm signing off. Catch you guys. So as you can see, my fingers are barely starting to work right now. I'm not a glove guy because I'd rather touch the fish with my wet bare hand and then dry it quickly. But there was just no drying, and there was definitely no warming whenever the sun was setting, and it's sub-freezing by quite a bit. So what the rod I was using in the video today was a WETFLY nymphing rod. It's a competition style nymphing rod, so it's a little stiffer, but it's still, a little snappier, but it still allows me to fight fish deep into the belly of the rod. This one's the Element 2, and it's a very affordable rod, especially with my code until the end of the year, which is WETFLY Pro 17. It's a great rod, very responsive, loved it. I definitely be picking up a few more of these, along with some of their other more upper end rods even. I was also demoing today a pair of shades by Nines Optic, and this is a new lens they have coming out. This isn't my favorite by any stretch pair of bodies, but this is the Havasu. This is like a lens that's a yellow lens, and it's for days that are overcast and days that are a little cloudier. And today was definitely super windy and super overcast. As you can see, I don't know if the video pulled through with, you can show the blizzard conditions, but definitely wasn't an ideal day to be out on the water by any stretch, even small streams. But these did pretty well. Am I gonna buy this as my primary lens? Probably not. I'm still gonna stick with my traditional lenses like my amber lens, but the yellow lens didn't do bad in the overcast. I definitely felt like I could see definition very well. That's kind of important, obviously. Now, as far as the fly crate, the flies, they were extremely well tied. They're tied, I believe, by Holly Flies, which is a great distributor. And what came in the fly crate this month was a couple of Jujubatus, zebra Jujubatus, and then purple Jujubatus. And on the first fish that I actually did land, the rig I had set up was chironomid, red chironomid pattern, zebra midge basically, the purple Jujubatus, and then I had a big, basically dive bomb stonefly with some white goose biot legs that usually kills it. And so not really scientifically done, but that as soon as I casted that in, I caught fish, or I got hookups at least. And so the Euro nymph setup that I had before with some jigged flies did very well before, and this one didn't disappoint this month. Took this box for a spin, the Epic Creek, kind of all-in-one encompassing box. I my chest pack with me, but I wanted to give this a shot. And I think next time I go to the creek, I really don't need to bring my whole stuff rig with me. I still like to bring a net, but that's just my personal opinion. I like to be able to cradle the fish in the net in the water and then unhook them that way. But as you can see, I had 5X fluoro spooled inside there, and I had, you know, the flies that the fly crate sent me in here. I had some nippers kind of off to the side here, and I really didn't need anything else. Except for maybe a pair of forceps and my net personally, as far as gear goes. But I thought it did pretty well. It's a little bigger. I know people have concern about how big it is, but considering that I don't need to bring then anything else with me, this is kind of nice. And the reel I have with me today was just a really inexpensive cheapo. Don't really even know who this is. I believe this is Max Catch from back in the day. And as you can see, I don't even have any fly line on there. It's all mono. I also had a running in what do you call it? I have a cider on there because the wind was so bad today. I didn't want to have to deal with the fly line catching the wind, and so I basically just used a cider made of I think it was 10 pound, and did just fine. Had no issues detecting fish, had no issues fighting fish. So everything I've used today, I would give anywhere from 4 to 5 stars out of 5. I enjoyed all of it, especially, I mean, the winners for today were the fly crate and wet fly. This rod was awesome, and the flies I had were really well tied, and the fish that took them deep. They really wanted them. I was still able to get them out easily because most of them are barbless, but I had 0 issues today, and I know I can go to Nate and the fly crate for confidence flies in the future. Hopefully the video was informative. Hopefully it's just a nice little insight as to what I'm doing throughout my day. I go be a family man in the morning, or, you know, go and catch a couple fish. I come back, I sit in front of a camera for you folks, and now about to hop onto my vise here and get a few more steelhead patterns done for when people come to visit. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out the other videos in the playlist, and until next time guys, catch you guys on the flip side. Tight lines, and we're out.